We know your tummy's full and you're probably still eating turkey sandwiches. So that's why we encourage you to kick back and enjoy this week's Explore Tulsa as we get started with big screen fun.
Then a girl's best friend.
Followed by a tasty treat.
Plus indoor fun for cold days ahead.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And we are very happy to see that you've included us by stopping by for this week's Explore Tulsa.
And everyone's excited about the Christmas movies that are coming out, especially Star Wars: The Force Awakens on December 18th.
It's been 38 years since the original Star Wars release, which made over $780 million.
And they shot that on like an $11 million budget. Compare that to today's new Star Wars, that movie's coming in at $200 million. Man, I'd love to raise that kind of cash to make a movie myself.
Then you might want to start with Kirkpatrick and Kinslow. They're local producers that are doing great things right here in Tulsa.
Oh yeah, they're the muscle behind a lot of local documentaries, including one of their latest for the Tulsa Historical Society, Boomtown: An American Journey.
Getting stories out there that not everyone sees every day really, I think, is part of what we do. My business partner and I, Andy Kinslow, and I started a couple of 3 years ago. Primarily, we were doing a number of nonprofit films for local organizations, and we saw that there was a need, and at some point, you realize you probably need to incorporate as a business, which we did. Starting in late 2013, we realized that there might be something more to do besides just nonprofit short promotional films. So we started research on a couple of documentaries, both of which have premiered here at Circle Cinema this year. I think part of the journey of being a filmmaker and where we live is on the executive producer and producer side. And so basically we oversee the big picture of what goes on. We deal with a lot of funding. We deal with a lot of ideas that people bring us, and then we do what we can to make all of that happen. What started out as a really small project, a small promotional project, turned into a feature-length documentary about pieces of Tulsa history. It's obviously not easy, really, when telling an historical story, to pick out, we want to showcase this and not this. We tried to be as chronological as possible, starting at the Council Oak and ultimately ending at current time. And while we couldn't cover everything, we covered a lot. And so we worked with the folks at Tulsa Historical to kind of give us a little bit of guidance on, I guess you would say, high points. I think ultimately doing interviews with different people, that kind of guided the narrative a little bit as well. Talking to people like Michael Wallace, Clifton Talbert, Hannibal Johnson, Sharon King Davis, Phil Lakin, and a number of other people, that kind of really moved us in a direction that we needed to be going, as opposed to us sitting down saying, we're going to do this. For the orchestral score for Boomtown, what we did is we worked with Tulsa composer Aaron Fulkerson. Aaron is fairly well connected in the community, in the music community here, so he was able to work with Signature Symphony, and we were able to put together a project with Signature Symphony at TCC to do the orchestral score for Boomtown. Sounds stunning, absolutely stunning, the work that the Signature Symphony did for Boomtown. So whenever the movie premiered, and both Andy Kinslow and I, we didn't sit, we stood in the back of the theater. First of all, it premiered to 3 screens, and so the house was packed. There were 400 people. I think that's the maximum number they can pack into the theaters here, or so. Andy Kinslow and I stood in back, pretty much holding our breaths. It was a great feeling to see how people reacted to the story. A lot of people said, as they were leaving the theater, they said, man, I really wish there had been more. And that's pretty atypical for a documentary. I think the way that it makes us feel about this whenever we see a movie like Boomtown or a documentary like Unlikely Family, which also premiered here at Circle Cinema, once we see that it is out in the world, on some level, if there's a way that we can move the needle as it relates to one or more subjects, I think that's a very gratifying feeling. I would say what we have learned is fairly basic. Surround yourself with great filmmakers, and we are fortunate to be able to do that here in Tulsa. There are amazing independent filmmakers in Tulsa and in Oklahoma, all the way from directors to directors of photography, every other position you can really think of, including musicians. So there's amazing independent film energy in Tulsa right now, and we could not be more thrilled to be part of that.
That Boomtown's gonna be a hit. I'm asking Santa to put it in my stocking this year.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Stevie. To get a copy for yourself or to learn more about the work Russ and his partner are up to at Kirkpatrick and Kinslow, visit abbythepug.com.
What do you think about this idea for a movie, Trish? Diamonds, hundreds of them, beautiful ones, all the ones you could find.
Sounds like a great start, but you'll need an expert to help you pick all of those out. And lucky for us, we know Amy Clark at the Tulsa Diamond House.
And let's make that our next adventure when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
When I listen to music, I close my eyes and it takes me away. Anytime we bring a new speaker into the studio, we tune the speaker for the room. Every room sounds different, and every environment that the speaker goes into affects the sound of the speakers. Now you can do the same thing at home that we do in the studio. I can think of no better feeling than to close your eyes and disappear into the music.
Come hear for yourself at Video Revolution.
Hello, I'm Andrew Parker with Whistler's Auto Repair, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Hello, it's good to see you back with us as you enjoy the holiday season with more Explore Tulsa.
Oh, the holidays. That reminds me. I gotta figure out what to get my wife for Christmas.
Oh, heck, that's easy. Diamonds.
Really? What kind of diamonds? Like a ring, earrings, a necklace?
Any of them, all of them. That's the best way to make her happy.
I think I might be better off seeking the advice of Amy Clark at the Tulsa Diamond House.
Ooh, that's a good idea too. An entire house of diamonds.
Jewelry is all about commemorating something. In Wyoming, we had this, we took the road trip, you know, the Route 66 thing, and we obviously toured off of Route 66 as well. But we stopped at this one place in Wyoming where they had all kinds of gemstones that you can find out in that area. And this piece of turquoise was my little prize. I started in fashion and worked in fashion in Dallas for a number of years until I married a man in the jewelry business and was drawn in, kicking and screaming, into the jewelry business because I was really enjoying my fashion business. I didn't really want to leave it. Yeah, the fashion is very fleeting. It lasts a season or two, and jewelry it has a longer life for sure. 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, a lifetime, 2 lifetimes. I mean, a piece of jewelry could last a long time. The styles aren't as trendy in jewelry. They tend to stay around a little bit longer, but it's very satisfying to make something that lasts that long. Well, I'm a diamond broker, so people come to me wanting to do loose diamonds first for an engagement ring or something along those lines, maybe an upgrade on their diamond. And I do that for them first. I've got great prices on diamonds, but then I also do the rest of the work, which is custom designing, getting them the mounting for that stone, or helping them do anything with it, whether it's a bracelet or a ring or necklace, anything, is a very fine quality that will last a lifetime. It's not something that is just throwaway jewelry like you would buy at Walmart or something like that. Most of the jewelry that I've made in my life in the last 20 years is rings. Most women like rings because they can see them. You can't see a pair of earrings on you, you can't see a necklace on you. You can see a ring. You get to gaze down at it and enjoy it. So we do mostly rings. Oh gosh, you can have rings for anniversaries, you can have them for birthdays, push presents. Push presents are real big. I mean, people make up reasons to buy rings. There's guys that have a bad mistake that they've made and they make up for it by buying a piece of jewelry. I enjoy making jewelry so much. I love the expression of bringing, it's kind of hard to describe. I take people's emotions, their style, their feelings about something, and put it into that piece of jewelry. So I'm interpreting the person into and expressing it into a piece of jewelry, whatever it is that they've picked. But I think that's one of the neatest things about how I do my jewelry is it's not about me, it's about the person who is going to be wearing this piece of jewelry. One of the neatest pieces of jewelry I've done just recently was a lady who had 2 rings from her grandmother, and her grandmothers. There were two grandmothers, and they were both passed, and she had inherited these 2 rings and she wanted to put together into one ring. This meant a lot to her, to have both of her grandmother's rings in one ring. So I designed a really neat 2-stone antique ring, and the stones weren't exactly matching, but once they got into the ring, they looked perfect together. They looked like it was totally made that way. And she was just thrilled. She couldn't believe that there was a way to take these 2 oddball stones and put them into one ring and she could wear it and be proud of it. For the average person, a piece of jewelry it's a memory of a life. It's a moment in time that's commemorated forever.
I really like that Amy can completely design a piece of jewelry that's unique to your desires. And she offers financing so even someone like me can afford to buy something really nice for my wife.
To learn more about how Amy can help you find something special to put under the tree this year, visit tulsadiamond.com.
So if diamonds are a girl's best friend, and the real way to a man's heart is through his tummy.
What you're trying to say is that you want to go to Ludger's next for some cake.
Oh my gosh, Trish, that's why I love working with you so much. You always know exactly what I'm thinking.
It's not as hard as you think. To make Stevie happy, next up we'll stop in at Ludger's new location at 91st and Yale when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
Send me some love.
Look at us. We woke up one morning with every song that ever mattered to anyone. So now what? Music's meant to be heard, out loud, where your life happens, where you dance, where you love, and where you live. When everyone has every song ever written, what matters most is how you listen.
Come hear for yourself at Video Revolution.
Hi, I'm Julie M.
Hi, I'm Melissa J.
And we are the owners of Hair Effects, a Paul Mitchell focus salon. And you're watching Explore Tulsa.
If you ever had one of Ludger's Bavarian cakes, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa.
With their new location, there is so much more than just their famous cakes.
Yeah, that new location is really beautiful, convenient, and full of tasty treats.
But don't take our word for it. See for yourself.
Oh, but please, don't poke your TV with a fork. I had to give them a disclaimer.
Our claim to fame is the Bavarian cream cheesecake, so that's honestly why we are here today. This is, it's called, like I said, it's the Bavarian cream cheesecake. So you essentially have sponge cake on the top and the bottom with the Bavarian cream cheese filling. So It is based on a traditional dessert that he grew up on in Germany called Kassekuchen, which is literally translated to mean cheesecake. It was created as a dessert over 20 years ago, and really it was just served as a dessert until the popularity grew and people started wanting him to make actual cakes out of it. So we can decorate it just like a traditional cake. I mean, you know, it's always hard to tell what's on the inside, but we can decorate it just like a traditional party cake, and it's what we do our wedding cakes out of as well. So it comes in lots of different flavors, and that's definitely what we're known for. Well, Ludger is obviously from Germany, so he actually went to Canada first and then ended up in Kansas City. And then from Kansas City, he moved to Tulsa, where he became the executive chef of the Westin. And then he decided to kind of start his own thing. So that's what he did. He opened a restaurant. Well, it's part of the family. Ludger's my stepfather, so you know, he's been in my life for a while now, and basically I started working for them when they started talking about retiring. At this point, the restaurant had already closed and we'd moved just to a private catering facility. But so I started working for them when they started talking about retirement to see if it was going to be a good fit. So when they did retire, my husband and I purchased the bakery side of things. When we were in the private catering facility, we had added on and created a bake shop up front there, but we were a little bit off the beaten path, so everything had to be, you know, just really made to order. We didn't have the ability for people to walk in and just purchase something for a last-minute party or anything like that. So we knew if we wanted to continue to grow in Tulsa that we needed to have a more retail space. This is a brand new location for us. We've been here, it was 2 years in May. We got a decorator to kind of help us with the inside feel. We wanted it to be, you know, European with kind of a modern edge to it as well. So we're very happy with how things turned out. So we're very excited about this. It's been, you know, we've had some growing pains here and there, but it's been a fun transition. When we moved over here, we also wanted to be a little bit more well-rounded, so we added the coffee shop aspect up front here. So we now have the bakery case where people can come in and get breakfast or just little sweet treats in the afternoons. We also do keep cakes on hand if somebody just needs something, you know, last minute, whether that's just a birthday cake to take to work or for a dessert party or anything like that. So we do all of our wedding cakes and everything out of our old location, and we still sell wholesale as well, and that's where that's handled also. We just have a much larger kitchen over there, so all the stuff you see here in the case is made in the kitchen in the back here. The holidays are always exciting around here. I mean, it's fun to be able to help people plan, whether that's a company party or just their family parties. You know, we feel like it's a pretty big honor if someone chooses to allow us to be part of their celebration by including our cakes. I mean, they have a choice in what they can do, and if they're choosing our cakes to be at their Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, I mean, that's quite the honor. I do love it. It is work, of course, but just like any job is, but you know, this is our future, and it's something that we work really hard to build for our family. My husband and I are both from Tulsa, so we're members of this community. We like to be a part of it, as well as just, you know, creating something for our family in the future.
Just when you thought that I was full of turkey, I was able to squeeze in a little Ludger's Bavarian cake.
Before Stevie explodes, you might want to visit LudgersBavarianCakery.com for yourself and learn how to get some of their cake for your next event.
I'm just getting my strength up to take it to the track, Trish.
I think it's getting a little too cold to be outside racing.
No, I'm talking about indoor fun. Non-stop hairpin action at Xtreme Racing in Broken Arrow.
Okay, well, let's see if Stevie can keep up with the rest of the pack when Explore Tulsa continues.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got two great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because, let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our two locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I got to tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our two-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hi, I'm Bruce Johnson, General Manager of Main Event Entertainment in Tulsa, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
In honor of NASCAR's Cup Series event in Vegas this week, we decided to make our own racing history.
Stevie and I found a place where you don't have to worry about the cold, rain, or snow to have fun on the road.
And that's right, Trish, because all the power and pride of racing is packed under one roof in Broken Arrow.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
And prepare for the awesomeness of extreme racing and entertainment.
I wanted something to do, so we got involved in this and looked at what could we really build to make this, one, unique, and two, special for all of Green Country, really, to make it a destination entertainment place. We actually bought the building in 1992, ran a different business out of here, sold that in 2008. When their rent agreement expired, it was time to figure out what was next. And I actually stumbled on the idea and said, let's give it a shot. We looked at Oklahoma City, Vegas, Phoenix, Frisco, Arlington, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Clearwater, Florida. Looked at operations at every one of them, talked to owners, realized, you know, we can do this. We had the perfect building, had a great location, figured we could make a run at how to run or operate one, and it was all history from there. There's nothing here like this. These are not like any other go-kart operation. It is indoor, obviously, so we're fully climate controlled. We operate 363 days a year, but the real difference is the karts themselves. They're electric karts. They will reach speeds up to 50. Usually on our track, you probably won't get that fast because of the Formula One style layout, but the kart has instant torque and instant power when you're driving it. So we have two tracks. The karts are identical other than the color that's on them. So it doesn't matter which track you're on. The kart specs are the same. They will perform the same. The red track is a little bit longer, a little more technical operation, more turns, some tighter hairpin type driving experiences. The blue track's a little shorter, but you get an opportunity to push the kart to maximum speed a couple more times on the track. So because it's shorter, we run 2 extra laps on the blue track. It's a 16-lap race. The red track is a 14-lap race. Our racing is based on best lap time. So it's not a position race, so you really don't get into some of the rubbing and bumping. And no bumping is actually our one rule. It's the one rule that we're really going to enforce to the max level, just so it's fun for everybody on the track and it's a safe experience as well. But it really is based on best lap time. So the cleaner line you can run, the less braking you can do, let the kart do the work, throttle back, be on the brake early in the turn, get on the accelerator as soon as you can getting out of it. That's really how you can drop that lap time and win a race. Besides racing, we have a 22-foot shuffleboard table. There's only a few in town. We have 2 8-foot championship pool tables. We have a shooting simulator that uses live firearms, but it doesn't shoot around. It's retrofitted with a CO2 cartridge and a laser. So when you pull the trigger, the gun reacts as if you just fired a bullet. We also have a sports simulator that does football, baseball, hockey, soccer, zombie dodgeball, where again, you get into the system and actually play against the computer. So it's an interactive experience. It's not standing in front of an arcade, per se. Well, I think my staff has one of the best jobs in the city right now because they're getting paid to race. So, but that's allowed us to train and get better at the system. Thursday I set the record, and Friday morning it was broken. So right now one of our customer service girls up front, she has the record right now on the red track, and she's put a number up that's going to be tough to beat. Like I said earlier, there's nothing like this in Tulsa right now. And part of our research attempts in all those cities and all those visits, we kept looking at what did we like the most and what did we want to change to truly make us unique for the area, as well as what did the demographic in this part of town want? You know, something high thrill, high adrenaline, extremely safe at the same time, that they can come, compete, have a great experience, walk out, bragging to each other on who beat who, and then want to come back because you can always lower that lap time.
Oh my gosh, Trish, did you see how fast I was going?
No, because you were behind me most of the way. To learn more on how to get racing for yourself, visit XtremeTulsa.com for all the details.
Still trying to figure out how Trish beat me.
It's called skills, Stevie. You should try it sometime.
Stick around, there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99 or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
For over 33 years, Video Revolution has been Tulsa's headquarters for all the best name brands of cutting-edge electronics. The experts at Video Revolution can put it all together for that ultimate home theater experience. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis for Tulsa's best team of qualified sales, service, and installation technicians.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet Heather Meadows and learn how she took tragedy, turned it into a story that inspires.
Special thanks to Russ Kirkpatrick and his partner Andy Kinslow for bringing great local documentaries to the big screen at Kirkpatrick and Kinslow.
Thanks too to Amy Clark at the Tulsa Diamond House for those amazing designs and great deals on diamonds, and to Allison Dickens for showing us around Ludger's new location at 91st and Yale.
Also thanks to Jason White for bringing us indoor go-kart racing like none other in Oklahoma at Xtreme Racing in Broken Arrow.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at ExploreTulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Home of the two-pair deal starting at just $99 with two locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.